This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, also known as the book of Sirach, chapter 25, verse 13. Give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. Brakat Yahweh, Brakat Yahweh Shai, Brakat Yahweh, Brakat Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai is his son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, ruled well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai's sake. My brother Samak from the GMS Miami camp. And yes, the reason why I brought out the book of Sirach, chapter 25, verse 13, is that I came across this breaking news today from Good Morning America, where there are reports of an uptick in active duty military suicides. And these are the times that we're living in because the American military is broken. Their spirit is broken. Okay, they have been demoralized. They're a bunch of degenerates, and that's the reason why there's such a heavy rise in suicides. Okay, here it is. We're in a global pandemic, whatever you want to call it. All right, but the Russian military, they're sustaining themselves. The Chinese military, they're sustaining themselves. The Iranian military, okay, they're sustaining themselves, and they're catching all types of help from American sanctions. Yet the American soldier, the military, okay, they're unable to sustain themselves in the mind. Okay, they are plagued in the mind, and these are one of the main indicators that the American military is going down, and they will not win World War III. Okay, their spirit is broken. Another scripture I want to bring out: Proverbs 18 and 14. The spirit of a man will sustain his infirmity, but a wounded spirit, who can bear it? Right. The American military spirit is wounded. It's broken. All right. And that's the reason why suicide is at an all-time high. So let's go play this video. Okay. Because he interviews the Army secretary on this situation. Okay. So these are the main leaders that are in the know watching this happening. Okay. So you can't say, okay, Donald Trump can fix it. No, Donald Trump can't fix it. Joe Biden can't fix this shit. All right. The American military is done. It's finished. All right. And that debate that went down today, I watched that debate, not to go off on a tangent, but just to make a point. That was the most despicable, okay, degrading, all right, low level, all right, an embarrassment for American politics. All right, I was laughing hysterically how childish that debate was. That debate was the worst debate ever in American history, and just proves that this place is going down. And your soldiers are watching these debates, and they have no confidence in the leadership. So let's play this video.
Some troubling new numbers to pass along about our U.S. service members who are struggling with the pressures from not just deployments and defending the country, but the pandemic, national disasters, and civil unrest. According to the Associated...
That's right. The American military, just real quick, has been called on so many different conflicts, so many different disasters, okay? They're being overworked. They're being overburdened. All right, that's why the suicide rate is so high.
Deaths by suicide in the U.S. military have increased by 20% this year compared to 2019, with Army leaders reporting a 30% rise in active duty suicides. I want to bring in now the Secretary of the Army, Ryan McCarthy, to talk about this and other things. Sir, thank you so much for being here. And we'll start with these numbers. Look, this is going to be a complex issue, but certainly you all are noticing the spike. It coincided when the pandemic hit. So what do you attribute this spike in numbers to?
Well, yeah, as we mentioned in the Associated Press article, that currently the suicide numbers for the Army are higher than what we've seen at year over year. When you have 19 years of sustained combat operations as well as an operational tempo.
Right there you go. 19 years of sustained combat operations. And have you won the war? No, you haven't. All right? 19 years, going on 20, of constant deployment. And not and the American people, they're sick of hearing about war. So there's no from the American citizens to boost the morale on the soldiers. The soldiers, they deploy and they come back, and they're told they just got to get back on your feet. All right. So clearly there is no support anymore. All right. Over almost 20 years of constant deployment, and the American people are through. They're so divided with each other about fucking Trump and Biden. All right, they care less about foreign policy and the soldiers. All right, that's why you're gonna lose World War III. All right, there is no belief anymore in the American military, and hence the reason why the suicides go up. And last year, I did a lesson how they spoke to Mark Esper about the suicide numbers last year, how they were heavily increased. And you know what answer Mark Esper said? He said he didn't have an answer, and that's the Secretary of Defense. None of these guys have answers. They can tell you the problem, but there's no answer. All right? Because this is proof. America's done. Let's get another Proverbs 15 and 13. You're fucking done, man. America, you just get ready to lose World War III. All right? They're going to use, before World War III, they're going to use the military to kick off Operation Warp Speed, and they're going to make the military is going to have a handful, and the military is going to be stressed out, man, because people ain't going to want to go along with the vaccine, all right? And Donald Trump keeps talking about that Operation Warp Speed, and that's going to cause even more stress among the military, suicide rate, so on and so forth. Proverbs 15 and 13. A merry heart maketh a cheerful confidence, but by sorrow of heart the spirit is broken, right? And the spirit of the American military is broken, right? It's done. There is no fixing this place. Okay, this place, all right, is not going to be protected. The American military are going to run to the hills, man. One more. Proverbs 12 and 25. Heaviness in the heart of man maketh it stoop. Right. Heaviness in the heart of man maketh it stoop, meaning depression. All right. Heaviness of the heart, anxiety. That's what these soldiers have. Okay, that's what the American people have. All right. Suicide rate is across the board in America. Not just the military, by the way. But a good word maketh it glad. Right. And guess who's glad? The elect. Because when they see this, they know our captivity's up. Okay? When I look at this and I see these reports from the Army Secretary being interviewed, okay? This is straight out of the horse's mouth. I know America's going down, America's done, and we're almost out of here. The kingdom of heaven's at hand. Okay? That's why you're supposed to be on your watch. When you see stuff like this, you're supposed to be excited if you consider yourself a believer in Yahweh Bashar Shai, a believer in his word. Because America's through. Now, if you look at this and see, damn, man, the soldiers are dying, okay? And they're active. Oh, that's not good for the American country. Well, hey, you're not a believer in the Messiah. You're not believing in the words of the Lord, all right? You're a believer in the American BS, democracy, this wicked kingdom. So you're going to go down with this place, all right? And that's why you so-called Christians, you're a fucking bunch of idiots, man. All right? And you're a bunch of fucking scumbags. Because you prop up America. You actually have so-called Christians talking about we're going to go vote in 2020. All right? The God is destroying America. Can't you see suicide rate? All right? He's bringing the plagues on the minds of your soldiers, you dumb schmucks. Let's continue on with this. This is exciting
It's
stuff.
still on par with what we saw during the surge in 2009 and 10 of combat operations in the Middle East. Our men and women are pressed to the limit. And so when you...
Wow, pressed to the limit, man. Hey, that's what you get. All right. What Habakkuk. Habakkuk 2 and I think it's 5. Yeah, Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yea, we'll start at 4. Habakkuk 2 and 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Right, and we're living by a faith, man. We see, okay, these devils, man. All right, Esau, Edom's military, his kingdom crumbling. All right, because he's not right. The Lord has taken him out of power. All right, he's not upright in anything he does. Okay, 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. And that's what it is. All right? You constantly deploying these soldiers out. You can never keep at home. That's why your soldiers are blowing their heads off. Who enlarged desires hell and is as death, right? Okay? For you to keep your wicked kingdom, you got to constantly be at war. All right? That's why you're nothing but death. You bring death to the countries you go to war with, and you bring death upon your own soldiers, and cannot be satisfied, but gathered unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. 6. Shall not all these take a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that laid himself with thick clay. Right. You went into perpetual debt. You increased that which is not yours, and now look at it, man. Now it's all crumbling right before your very eyes. Okay? Now your soldiers can't take the pressure. All right, too much deployment, too much into everybody else's business. All right, to all these different countries.
Suicide numbers rise came roughly in the spring timeframe when COVID-19 pandemic really hit hard in the United States. It's clear it's adding additional stress on our men and women.
And you said kind of pressed to the limit. So these are maybe just extraordinary times for our U.S. men and women. So how are you helping them? How are you responding now during these unprecedented really times?
So the Army leadership has really invested itself really since the early summer in looking at our priorities and how we invest our time, and time being the key word there. Every day is a math problem. And how do we look at investments in our people, counseling them, getting feedback, knowing their family members, ensuring that you understand the pressures on them personally as well as professionally. When people are pushed every day, global demands, like you've seen with 178,000 people deployed overseas, with
178,000 deployed overseas, man. There's no fixing that. And he said he's looking at it as a math problem. Okay? Really? The math is you're deploying constantly, schmuck. All right? But this is beautiful because this all has to be done for your demise, America. All right? And don't get mad that I'm just reporting the news, all right? Get mad at your leadership who constantly had to lie and beguile you fucks to constantly go out to war, all right? Because there have been plenty of reports how the leadership of the Army, the Navy, the Marines, the Air Force, those leadership lied going into wars into Afghanistan and Iraq, and they kept up with the lies, all right? Washington Post, did you forget that report? How the war in Afghanistan has been fabricated, that the boots on the ground, the soldiers don't know what the mission is? That's why. So you could do the fucking math all you want, your soldiers still go and die by blowing their heads off because you are engaged in all these wars and there's no win, there's no getting out of it. Okay? There is no what's the end result.
of operations here in the United States with COVID and civil unrest. We had over 40,000 soldiers deployed just domestically.
Yeah, just domestically. So not only are you out there overseas, you also got to worry about your own citizens, right? You're being stretched to the point of breakage. Okay? That's enough of that. All right? You're done. The American military is done. All right? And for those that want to believe in America, all right? Hey, that's on you. All right? You better fucking start volunteering, all right? Finding out why these soldiers keep blowing their fucking heads off. Okay? But you're idiots. And this shows that America, you're done. And hey, Yappa. All right? Exciting times. Exciting for us, not really exciting for you. This is Sirach 30 and 23. Love thy own soul and comfort thy heart. Remove sorrow far from thee. For sorrow hath killed many, and there is no profit therein. Right? And see, that's the thing is, all right? You soldiers, okay? You average American that are on that suicide watch and on suicide, okay? You have a sorrow heart because you are carnal and you're just a bunch of wicked demons walking the earth, all right? You don't know how to remove sorrow from you because you love this place and you're seeing this place crumbling before your eyes, all right? That's why depression is hitting all-time high. But us, the elect, okay, we love, okay, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shine. He put the spirit in us to love ourselves so that we don't fall for this madness. We don't get depressed in this bullshit. Okay, yeah, we get depressed because we got to sit here and look at the lies and the ugliness and the wickedness, but we don't get to the point of suicide, man. To have a suicidal mind, that is a plague of the heart that can't be cured, man. And that's done by Yahweh Shema Shai to get rid of wicked fucks like you. Okay? Let's go to Jeremiah. And if you don't like that, I'm dropping a couple of F-bombs. So be it, man. All right? Because I've reported this so many damn times, man. All right? I've done lessons on this so many times to show our people this place is done. If you don't got a military with high morale, it cannot win wars. And you're not going to win World War III. So it'll be high time to stop fucking around and seek Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai or die in nuclear war. Okay? And this is talking to our people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Jeremiah 51, and I'm going to start at 28. Prepare against her the nations with the king and the Medes, the captains thereof, and all the rulers thereof, and all the land of the dominion. Right? And the Russians are watching this, and they love this news, man. The Russians are very excited when they got to see reports like this because they know, oh, the American military spirit is broken. We're going to win this war. Okay? And you're not going to win the war, Russia. You're just going to do a lot of damage on America. You know who's going to win World War III? Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai when he comes with his angels. Get that through your thick head. Okay? Don't want to go off on a tangent. The point is, the Russians are going to spank America's ass. 29. And the land shall tremble in sorrow. Right. You're going to tremble in sorrow when you see these Russians fucking up your military, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. For every purpose of the Lord shall be formed against Babylon, to make the land of Babylon a desolation without inhabitant. Right. Nuclear missiles. All right. START treaty ends February 5th. Mark that on your fucking calendar, piece of shits. Here, dwelling here in America, and you soldiers. All right. Okay. Mark on the calendar, you captains and you leaders. Mark February 5th. End of the START treaty. Okay. Watch how the Russians go and whoop your ass when they're able to reveal how many nukes they have built, okay, in secret. And now they can reveal it legally. Dummies. 30. The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They remain in their holes. Right. And this is a clear indicator that the American military is weak. Okay. They're not going to be able to stomach fighting the Russians, the Chinese, the Iranians, and all of NATO. Okay. The beast. Because the European Union, they're going to, that gave their power onto the beast, they're going to turn on America. You best believe that. And it's happening, okay? They're not going along, America, with your sanctions on Iran, okay? The three strong economic, all right, and military countries, Germany, France, and Great Britain, UK, are going against what you're doing to Iran, okay? That's why you're going to be all alone in this World War III, and that's why your soldiers are going to be scared. They have remained in their holds. Their might have failed. They became as women, little hoes. Okay? They have burned their dwelling places. Our bars are broken. 31. One post shall run to meet another. One messenger to meet another. To show the king of Babylon that his city is taken at one end. Right. Taken. 32. And that the passages are stopped, and the reeds they have burned with fire, and the men of war are affrighted. Right. Scared. Okay? 33. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, the daughter of Babylon is like a threshing floor. It is time to thresh her, yet a little while, and the time of harvest shall come. Right. And so it's coming, man. America, you going to be destroyed. Your military ain't going to win. Your men, your mighty men are going to hide. Okay? They're going to run. They're going to flee to the hills. They're going to be hoes, scared of their own shadow. All right? And by these suicides on the rise is proof. Last one. Jeremiah 49 and 22. Well, actually, no, not this one. Lamentations 3 and 64. This is the Lord doing it. Make this clear. You want to know why your soldiers are blowing their heads off and committing suicide? Because the Lord has plagued them in the mind, in the heart, in the lob. Lamentations 3 and 64. Render unto them a recompense, O Lord, according to the work of their hands. Right. What has the American military been doing? Killing, maiming, destroying. Okay. Oppressing. All right. Going into countries. Going into war. Into sovereign nations. All right. Stealing resources. Hurting the civilians in that country. So this, hey, the Lord sees all that. Hey, the Lord is a just power. Everyone has to be judged for their wicked deeds. 65. Give them sorrow heart, thy curse unto them. Right. This is a curse from the Lord. You get it? 66. Persecute, destroy them in anger from under the heavens of the Lord. Right. And that's what the Lord is doing, man. He's plaguing your mind. And then when you go fight the Russians, your body's going to drop, man. All right? And them Russians have been punking y'all. Look at how they dominate the Middle East. You ain't going to win no World War III, America. Get that through your fucking head. All right? Or your military and Donald Trump, they can say all the fuck shit they can, but it don't mean nothing. Jeremiah 49 and 22. And finally, when Yahushua comes, he's going to break NATO, all right, America apart into ashes and dust, all right, into bits and pieces of flesh of meat for the fowls. Jeremiah 49 and 22. Behold, he shall come up and fly as the eagle, and spread his wings over Basra. Right, let's talk about Yahushua when he comes over America. Basra is talking about America, all right? It's you Edomites, which proves that you Edomites are walking the earth today. Because when did the Lord fly as an eagle, spread his wings over Basra? When did that happen? Name a time, a place, a location for you so-called Christians out there, more specifically, okay, idiots like Vocab Malone and Jesus is the retard, all right? And at that day shall the heart of the mighty man of Edom be as the heart of women in her pangs, right? So you gonna fold up. A lot of you men are gonna catch heart attacks. Okay, when you see the Lord, a big spaceship, a so-called UFO, zapping your military and buildings up, okay, and your government up. And there's nothing you can do to stop it. We're living in the last days. And clearly, your soldiers don't have the stomach, all right, to fight the Lord. If they're
so from that standpoint...
they're blowing their fucking heads off right now. All right? Weak. All right, you're weak. And with that, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, Ba'ashim, Makakodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation Israel on earth today. And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four quarters of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai's sake. Keep pushing, keep fighting. We're almost out of here. This military's done. America's through. You can see it. For the few that are watching, keep studying, keep praying. We're almost out of here. Shalom. And of course, a Bible ball. Shalom.